Today, NOFAS is in a park in the Georgetown neighborhood of Washington, D.C., asking people their thoughts about alcohol and pregnancy. What do you know about the risk of drinking alcohol, a woman drinking alcohol when she's pregnant?
Fetal Alcohol Syndrome?
Do you know a little bit about sort of what that condition is?
Not necessarily. I mean, I know that it causes issues with, development and, in the child itself.
What do you know about alcohol or the risk of alcohol during pregnancy?
The risk of alcohol in pregnancy, I know it's well publicised that you shouldn't drink at all during pregnancy, but studies that I've read, that you can have up to 2 alcoholic drinks a day and there's no detrimental effects to the fetus.
What do you know of fetal alcohol spectrum disorders?
Yeah, I know about fetal alcohol syndrome, and from what I know, the studies are it's if you have like more than 5 alcoholic drinks a day. I mean, alcohol is a poison. I wouldn't encourage someone to drink during pregnancy, but I don't think there's harm in having a glass of wine a day.
The risk is that it could harm the baby, it could probably kill it, and they shouldn't be drinking alcohol anyway, because if they have sense, they should know that they're pregnant.
Have you heard of, or what do you think of fetal alcohol syndrome?
Well, I don't really know what that is per se, but I can tell it's not really good. You're pregnant. You're not supposed to be drinking. You're not supposed to be doing crack. You're not supposed to do marijuana. You're not supposed to do any of those things. There should be other people with her, like her husband or boyfriend, stopping her and telling her, don't drink that. You know you're pregnant, and it could kill the baby.
What do you know about the risk of a pregnant woman drinking alcohol?
Well, I have 3 daughters of my own, so we know the risks of it. My wife did not drink any alcohol during the pregnancies. Maybe in the last trimester, I think. Then the doctor said it'd be okay. You could have like a, glass of wine here and there.
It is really a disservice for a pregnant woman to be drinking alcohol. We know that excessive drinking will cause something called fetal alcohol syndrome in a child, which is when a newborn comes into the world and goes through the distress, just like an adult going through withdrawal. But it's very important to, I think, be completely transparent with the patient and not try to sell the mother that any type of alcohol ingestion is beneficial, because it's not.
Basically what you hear from doctors, they say 1 drink is okay. What is really true, don't know. It's kind of like 50-50 there. Okay. You got both ends of the spectrum.
And what's your sense?
I would be a little concerned for the same reason that she just said. We don't really know.
1 drink, just an occasional, very rare occasional drink during pregnancy.
Me personally, I wouldn't, but I also probably would try not to look negatively upon somebody else who was told by their doctor that it's okay.
Same thing. Me personally, I wouldn't do it.
You're a school teacher. Have you ever heard in either your classroom or in your school that the student might have been affected with FAS?
No, we have a lot of students who have disabilities, and it's hard to say if it's genetic or where those disabilities came from, so I don't know what percentage of my students might be affected by that. But I would imagine it's probably way more common than people think.
At the early stages, maybe if she has a glass of wine, it's not such a big deal. But later on, she obviously needs to cut back.
Probably nothing in excess, no getting drunk or anything, but also really minimal, maybe just 1 sip. I'm not too aware of women's pregnancies at the moment, but I don't know. Maybe that comes later.
What would you say if you saw a pregnant woman drink?
I just frown upon her and lose her or something.
You would just think that, though, you wouldn't say anything to her?
Yeah, I'd probably just think it, but maybe mutter it.
What do you think about a woman drinking alcohol when she's pregnant?
Absolutely terrible idea. From the beginning to the end. Even in the early stages, I'm sure that the fetus is in a very formative place. So it's a woman's obligation to not drink. 1
drink or even a few sips?
Yeah, I would tend to really be abstinent. I think that would be the safest thing. She's a steward of a new life, and so not drinking even lightly would be the best course of action.